What's up, your boy? Phone another reaction. In today's video, we have how steroids age your body by built different. Gang, why y'all do steroids, gang? Like, gang, if you just don't have the genetics. You just don't have the genetics, my nigga. I'm not about to take no steroids to be big, gang. I just don't have the genetics, my nigga. Your dad just ain't Miles Garrett. Your dad ain't Aaron Donald, my nigga.
What do you think, bro?
Niggas' heart's gonna stop by the time they 34 years old. Like, come on.
22.
More like 22 years
Like, you 22, gang.
since his last divorce, or 22 years in prison. Jokes aside, this guy seems happy, but while everyone wants big muscles, not everyone can handle the big side effects. When people think about
I
the
don't want no big muscles, nigga. I
downsides
can
of
get that shit natural.
steroids, they mainly focus on heart problems or gyno. But not many worry about what happens to every steroid user: premature aging. That's why you see so many
Yeah, Larry Wheels, this nigga, this Andre nigga. Like, yeah, Larry Wheels. These niggas was already buff before taking steroids. These niggas just want to OD it and be more buffer for they could be built like Baki characters. I blame Baki for this shit.
athletes looking 10 years older than they actually are. Or, if you're unlucky, even 30 years older. You might have seen this freak of nature already. His name is Andrei Smaev. And
Yeah, I seen a picture. Let me see if I can pull up the TikTok. He gonna pull up what he looked like when he was 17.
lifts are incredible. Inhuman strength in calisthenics, bench press, and arm wrestling. But what really makes him fascinating is how old he looks. In just 4 years, he aged 6 times that. So what exactly caused it? There are 3 main reasons why it happens. The first main effect is facial puffiness. Faces tell stories, and with steroid use, your face
Let me find the TikTok though. I was just looking this nigga up on TikTok. This is him at. This is before he started doing gear. This is before he started doing steroids. He was already jacked. What was wrong? Like, ain't. Like, you just wanted to get buffer. I blame Baki, my nigga. I blame Baki. These niggas want to be Baki kids. It's fine.
Bro, this is what Andre Smaev looked like at 17 years old and what he looks like now at 27 years old. And this was taken apparently right before Andre Smaev actually hopped on gear, and this is obviously...
Like, hey, look how you was built before gear. Gear is steroids. Gear is testosterone steroids. Gang, you was already buff before steroids. What did you need to take steroids for, gang? Like, the fuck?
will reveal it
I
all.
don't get it,
The
gang.
body may look strong and muscular, but the face becomes round, swollen, and wrinkly. But how does it happen? There are few reasons for that. Steroids change how the body manages
And you niggas can't even have kids.
water. Water retention means the body keeps extra fluid under the skin. When this fluid collects in the cheeks, around the jaw, and under the eyes, the face begins to look swollen. Why does that make someone look older? Because swelling hides the sharp lines that make a face look young, like a clear jawline and defined cheekbones. Steroids also affect where fat is stored. Fat redistribution means fat moves from one part of the body to another. Instead of sitting in the hips or legs, some fat may collect in the face and neck. When fat builds up in the cheeks, it pushes the skin outward and makes the face look rounder and heavier. Without visible bone structure, the face loses the firm shape often associated with youth. Steroids can build muscle even without training, and that effect is not limited to the body. The face also contains muscle. So when steroids increase overall muscle growth, the facial muscles can become thicker as well. When thicker facial muscles are combined with extra water and fat, the face starts to look weird. The result is a constant full or swollen look. Many steroid users have a lean muscular body but a puffy face. This contrast makes the aging effect even more noticeable. The skin also reacts when the face keeps swelling. Skin has collagen, the protein that keeps it firm and elastic. If the face is stretched again and again, over time collagen and the skin support system weaken.
See, that's why they were saying Conor McGregor was on steroids.
The skin stops snapping back as well as before, and fine lines and wrinkles can show up sooner than they should. Luckily, most of these effects can usually be reversed by stopping steroid use, but not always. If you have been abusing steroids for decades, don't expect a complete recovery. But if you just started, you still have time to think carefully about whether you want to go down that road. But that's just one part of the story. The next effect is even worse: hair loss. It's the single change that makes the biggest difference in how old someone looks. A person can have
God damn.
clear skin and a strong jaw, but when the hairline starts moving back, the face suddenly looks years older. Many people lose some hair naturally, and it already makes them look older. But why do steroids make this process even faster? Main anabolic steroids are artificial versions of testosterone, the main male hormone. When someone uses testosterone, some of it converts into another hormone called DHT, which plays a major role in hair loss. So what does DHT do?
Like, Clavicular, why is you 19 taking testosterone? Like, gang, you're 19 years old. Your test should be high as hell, natural. Like,
It attacks the hair follicles, the tiny structures in the skin where hair grows. Think of them like small factories producing hair strands. When DHT attaches to these follicles, it slowly shrinks them. Doctors call this process miniaturization, which simply means the follicles become smaller and weaker over time. What happens when a follicle shrinks? The hair it produces becomes thinner and shorter. At first, the change is subtle. The hairline may look slightly thinner or less dense. But over time, the follicles can shrink so much that they stop producing visible hair altogether. This is how male pattern baldness develops. Here's the important part. Steroids can dramatically increase DHT levels in the body. That means this shrinking process can happen much faster than normal. Someone who might have started losing hair at 40 could begin at 20 or 25. Steroids don't create the genetic tendency for baldness, but they can strongly accelerate it. Does everyone on steroids lose their hair?
yeah, y'all think The Rock on steroids? Cause there's no way that nigga that Jack still at like 50 some, 50, 40 in his late 40s or in his 50s.
Not necessarily. Genetics still matters. Some people have follicles that are more sensitive to DHT, others less. But when steroids raise hormone levels far above normal, the risk increases
Yeah, that boy got that Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, another nigga who niggas be
significantly,
thinking on steroids.
others less. And once hair follicles fully shrink, the change is often permanent. Treatments can slow hair loss, but bringing dead follicles back is extremely difficult. That's why hair loss is often one of the first and most visible long-term signs of steroid use. Another major change that affects how the face looks is skin damage. Healthy skin is one of the clearest signs of youth. When skin is smooth and free of marks, a face naturally looks younger. Many people who use anabolic steroids
Ew, bro.
develop severe acne. It can appear on the face, chest, shoulders, and back, but when it spreads across the face, it becomes especially noticeable. But why do steroids cause acne? The main reason is hormone imbalance. Anabolic steroids raise levels of androgens, hormones that control many male traits but also affect the skin. Inside the skin are small structures called sebaceous glands. These glands produce oil or sebum, which normally protects and moisturizes the skin. But when androgen levels become very high, the glands overproduce oil. Too much oil creates problems. It mixes with dead skin cells and blocks the pores, the small openings where hair and oil come to the surface. Once a pore is blocked, bacteria can grow inside. The body reacts with inflammation, causing redness, swelling, and irritation. This process forms pimples, cysts, and large painful breakouts. But the biggest reason acne ages the face is not the pimples themselves, it's the scars they leave behind. Severe acne can damage deeper layers of the skin. When the skin heals, it may form scars that look like small
Oh, the funny Marco face.
holes, dents, or rough patches. Once they appear, scars may stay permanently. Why does this matter
Yup,
for
the funny
aging?
Marco.
Scars ruin skin quality. Young skin is smooth. Scarred skin becomes uneven and rough. The texture changes, the surface loses its glow, and the face can start to look worn out and older. Even if the acne eventually disappears, you're left with scars that can last for years. If that's not enough, there's also aging you can't see. Aging of the organs, and this one is far worse than just how you look. Steroids don't only change your appearance, they can seriously damage your heart, liver, and kidneys,
Yeah.
and this can actually kill you. It's not cosmetic, it's life-threatening. Using steroids is like running your organs at double speed. Everything inside your body has to work harder than normal. Over time, this extra stress can cause permanent damage. And unlike acne scars or a receding hairline, it's not something that you can just live with. The heart is the biggest danger. Steroids force it to work harder and grow thicker. Which might sound cool at first, but a thick heart can't
Damn.
pump blood efficiently. This raises blood pressure and significantly increases the risk of heart attacks.
Yeah,
In
rest in peace, all these niggas.
fact, heart problems
I know Rich Pena. I know this nigga.
are the most common reason bodybuilders die young. Even if someone looks massive and healthy on the outside, their heart may be aging and weakening without anyone noticing. Think of it like a car engine running constantly at redline. Eventually it will break down. The other organs like the liver and kidneys also take a hit. The liver works overtime to process extra hormones and the kidneys have to filter more waste than they were designed to handle. Over time this workload can cause permanent damage. When organs fail, it's life-threatening. And the scary part is you might feel fine until it's too late. Even your brain isn't safe from the effects. This is where the dumb bodybuilder stereotype often comes from. It isn't necessarily that these athletes lack intelligence, it's that long-term use causes a severe form of brain fog. While it isn't natural biological aging itself, it creates the exact same effects, a measurable decline in cognitive function, memory and focus. Research suggests that chronic steroid use can actually shrink certain areas of the brain, leading to emotional instability and a loss of mental sharpness that usually only comes with extreme old age. The point is simple, steroids may give you bigger muscles, but they age every part of your body. Hairlines, acne, or puffiness might make you look older, but what happens inside might actually shorten your life. Using steroids isn't just a cosmetic risk, it's a hidden serious threat you can't ignore. So what if anything from this video sounds familiar? That's a warning. You might have a big problem. If nothing feels familiar, then you're on the right track. Before you go down the rabbit hole of chasing your dream physique, think twice about the consequences. You aren't just
Yeah.
gaining muscle, you are trading your long
Yeah, that's what the nigga name
term
is.
health and
I
youthful
forgot his
appearance
name.
for
He the greatest bodybuilder ever.
a temporary image that your internal organs simply weren't designed to sustain. What begins as ambition can easily turn into dependence, where maintaining the look matters more than how you actually feel. Over time, the goalpost keeps moving, and what once seemed extreme starts to feel normal, making the risks easier to ignore. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and check out my other videos.
Make sure to comment, subscribe, and what do is. Yeah, that's him right now.